Hello, Living Dead Dolls fans. This is Josh, aka Doggy Pants, from the Mezco Toys forums, coming at you with past generation toys for another Living Dead Dolls review. So today we're going to be reviewing the Toy Soldier, which I'm very excited about. It's a little early for a Christmas exclusive, but still, pretty cool doll. So let's check it out. Um, so here we go. Here is the doll. The doll comes in a red coffin, which is a lot of fun. My coffin is sadly a little crunched. I think that's one of the reasons I got it, but that's cool. The coffin is really beautiful. No handles, straight color, but bright red. The inside is green. What better for a Christmas exclusive than red and green? So we have the little toy soldier. The image on the chipboard is multiple, and pardon the reflection here, multiple toy soldiers. They all have black eyes except for our toy soldier in the center. And it reads, Toy Soldier, a perfect gift for holiday joy, a little nutcracker soldier boy. So were the thoughts that went through his head till he cut up his mouth and bled till dead. Pretty cool. Yeah, so you guys ready to open them up and check it out? Actually, before we do that, I do want to say, I think that's actually kind of smart of Mezco Toys putting this doll out, because I kind of want to own a little army of them. You know, I mean, it's the toy soldiers, and you could justify having 5 of them for Christmas, and I think it's pretty smart as opposed to an individual doll. So who knows? Maybe they'll sell really well. Maybe, everybody will want their own little army just like me, because I may actually get a couple more of them to display for Christmas. Yeah, anyways, let's open it up and check out the doll, shall we? Bam. Here we go. Here he is. And you'll notice that I have to pull his hat up a little bit. Because of his ginormous hat, which I actually was really curious about when I got this doll. I was kind of like, how in the heck are they going to fit this doll with this huge hat in the coffin? And I assumed that they were going to remove his shoes like they did for Resurrection Bride of Valentine. They did that, and I think they also did it for Peggy Goo and her roller skates. But they didn't. He fit perfectly, but perfectly in that his hat is kind of pushed a little bit down. So for those of you who are looking to display the doll in the coffin, it may be better for you guys to buy it in the store so that you can actually find one where his hat's not pushed down and you can actually see his eyes. Otherwise, you may get not much seen, basically, when you display it on your shelf. So here he is. This is what I think is actually a fantastic doll, and it always surprises me because I was kind of expecting him to be a little more on the cheap side, and he's not. He's really detailed, great face paint. We'll get into all that stuff. But I was really pleasantly surprised. I really like him. I have one little hang up, and it's not even that big of a deal, but I'll get to that. It's a great doll. Yeah, so let's look at his face paint. I'm gonna bring him in close. So he has the blue eyes, yellow around the outside, black outlines with a little bit of black shadow around the eyes. He has the red rosy cheeks that you see in Nutcrackers, and then you have his mouth, which I guess according to the poem, he cut it himself. Wanted to be a Nutcracker, and so he's got kind of a darker red here and then a lighter red around it. So it actually looks like he has slits on the side of his mouth. They are not cut into the face. It's not a new mold. It's completely painted on, but it's okay. It's a really good paint job and it looks great. The rosy cheeks are a little uneven, but I think it was intentional because I think they were trying to make it look like it was, painted on by hand. And so so I really like him. More than just the cheeks, actually. His eyes are a little bit like that too. I'll bring him up close to see how it's a little kind of uneven. But I think it's an intentional look, so I'm not going to fault him on that at all. I think the face paint's actually really nice. when you get to his costume, he has, what looks like a standard Nutcracker outfit, band uniform. Um, Little gold buttons right down the front, which is adorable. This is two-piece, it's not one piece. So you see how the ribbons go across his chest? They Velcro on the side? I believe they do. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's a snap. Ooh, fancy. Living Dead dolls with your snap. Yeah, so you can unsnap that to take it off, to actually take his top off if you so desire. He has the red pants with the white stripe down the side. They Velcro in the back. Pretty much standard Living Dead dolls pants. No painted on underwear, though. I don't know if any of you care about that, but I'm always fascinated by that. In the past, like Hazel and Hattie, if you haven't looked under their dresses, I highly recommend it. Or Gluttony, for that matter. Yeah, so there he is. He also has the two gold balls on the side of his sleeve. And then a nice feature are these, the little, I don't know what they're called, but the gold fringe shoulder pads. It's a really nice touch. Really nice doll. From what I can tell, he does not have socks, but that's okay because he has the really hardcore boots that we saw. I believe the first person that we saw it with was Red Riding Hood. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, just leave a comment. I don't know. So they are the larger boot that kind of pulls away off of the leg like that, so it looks like a nice big rain boot, and it's a really hard plastic. They're near to impossible to get off their feet, so I highly recommend not even trying it. So the fact that he doesn't have socks doesn't really matter, because you're not going to be removing his shoes anyways. He stands really well. No wonky leg syndrome here, and I think even if he did have a little bit of one, it wouldn't matter because the boots are so hardcore and they're such a hard plastic that they really help him stay firmly planted. So you can line up as many of these as you want. Yeah, so let's get to the really cool feature, which is his hat. He has the Nutcracker tall hat with a little brim. The brim does come kind of straight down. See how that goes? So, like I said, when he's in his coffin, it covers his eyes. So you want to make sure that's pulled up a little bit. It's attached with the elastic, not the plastic. Thank you, Mezco, that it's elastic. Thank you. I love the elastic. Hate the little plastic stuff. Goes around his chin. Like that. It's a really nice feature. I'm going to take off his hat now so you can see what his hair is like. His hair is the one part of this doll that I'm not a huge fan of. It's pretty standard rooting for Living Dead dolls recently. I've really liked the boy hair, like the hair that they've done for certain boys, like Resurrection Damien. I'm trying to think of other ones, but the recent boy doll hair that they've done, and they kind of did it with this one as well. Although it appears to me, and well, maybe I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, that they have kind of this side part thing that they're going for. I don't think it was meant to be straight down like this, because that would be really bad rooting if it was. I think it was meant for this side part, which is cool. It's a nice idea about, with his hair. So he's got this side part. The only thing is, it's pretty short on this side. Like, I'll try to make it really obvious. You see how short it is? And then on this side, it's really long. So his hair is really, really uneven, and I think they were just trying to go for an effect, because if you leave it down, it doesn't look so bad. But then in the back, here, I'll try to show you. You see how short it is up here? Like, if they really wanted it to lay nicely, they would have made it just a little bit longer to go back here so that his hair stayed down a little bit better. For the most part, because you display him with a hat, if you have the hat in place in a certain way, it'll make sure to hold the hair in place and actually train it to lay a certain way. So when I got him out of the coffin, his hair was like every which way you could possibly imagine, and I was like, oh dear God, what have they done to this doll? It's another spider bite with hair that makes absolutely no sense. But once I put his hat in place and let him sit overnight, it turned out looking all right. So I would just recommend displaying him with his hat on. He's just looks a ton better with it. And plus, it's a cool hat. Whoops, excuse me. It's a cool hat, so why wouldn't you want to display it on? So I'm going to put it back on him real quick. There we go. Yeah. So again, fantastic doll. Good job, Mezco. A really unexpected doll too. I love the Christmas exclusive. It's a little early for a Christmas exclusive. If it had come out maybe like 3 weeks later than it did, it might have been like, heck yeah. But now it's kind of like a look at this lovely Halloween doll. but I don't mind. He's great. I'm gonna definitely have him out on Christmas display, and I may get a couple more. So yeah, I really like him. Out of 4 stars, I would give him probably 3. I would give him 3.5 if his hair was just a little bit better, but because it's a little wonky, I think 3. Definitely a doll that you want to check out. Again, though, if you like to display him in coffin, I would suggest making sure you buy a doll that you can see, so that you make sure you get the one you want. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes and learn a little bit about this doll. Check him out. He's a great doll. Good job, Mezco Toys. Talk to you later. Bye.